Aurangzeb is now given the entire charge of the Deccan province. So an 18-year-old Aurangzeb now takes charge and becomes Subedar of the Deccan province, and Shah Jahan marches back to Agra. And as he's marching back to Agra, he receives another good news that team number 1, Khan Dauran, has achieved his objective. He has captured successfully the forts of Ausa and Udgir. So Shah Jahan, as he reaches Agra, is completely happy. The only thing pending is the capture of Shahaji. Let's shift our focus back to Junnar. You remember Shaista Khan and Khan Zaman are now both present at this captured Junnar fort, but Shahaji is missing. He has escaped. On the other side, Adil Shahi, who is now friends with the Mughal Empire, sends that very Randaula Khan to assist Khan Zaman and to cooperate with the Mughal forces to capture Shahaji. So now the forces of Shaista Khan, Khan Zaman, Randaula Khan are all on the lookout for this one Maratha nobleman, Shahaji. So now what does Khan Zaman do? He's the leader now. He appoints a certain Bahadur Khan as the commander of this Junnar fort. Just to tell you, the name of the Junnar fort is this very famous Shivaneri fort. So Bahadur Khan takes control of the Shivaneri fort in Junnar, and Khan Zaman now marches towards Pune. Why? Because he gets news from spies that Shahaji is right now at Pune. However, there are a lot of obstacles on the path of Khan Zaman as he marches from Junnar to Pune. The primary reason being heavy rainfall. All this is happening between the months of June and November 1636. So heavy rainfall, flooded rivers cause obstructions on the path to Khan Zaman. So finally Khan Zaman reaches Pune, and from there he comes to know that Shahaji has managed to escape from there also. You know where Shahaji takes refuge in? He goes to Kondhana and Murumdev hills. They are also in Maharashtra. Kondhana and Murumdev. Remember these names. Very, very special hills and special forts on these hills that will play a massive role in the characterization of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. So Shahaji now takes refuge in this Kondhana and Murumdev forts. Meanwhile, Randaula Khan advises Khan Zaman and tells him, Shahaji looks at you like an enemy. You are a hostile force to him. But I am in good terms with Shahaji, so you wait here. I will personally go to Shahaji, I will explain the situation to him, and I will personally hand over the keys to the entire Nizam Shahi forts to you. Just wait here, don't move till you get a letter from me. As Randaula Khan approaches Shahaji, Shahaji flees away to the Konkan area. And at that time, Randaula Khan tells Khan Zaman, you please send your army. We have no option but to attack him and capture him. So all of them are now on a hunt for Shahaji. They all march towards Konkan. In the Konkan, there is one very famous fort called as the Danda Rajpuri fort. Shahaji goes there and seeks refuge with the commander there. The commander refuses to give help to Shahaji, says, I don't want to fall into all this, get out. Shahaji goes back. As he's going back, he finds that on his way back from Konkan, it is blocked by the Mughal and Adil Shahi forces who have all come in large numbers just to attack him and capture him. So he turns his direction and decides to go towards another fort called as Mahuli fort. On the way, there is another fort called as Muranjan fort. Shahaji first decides to settle in Muranjan fort. Khan Zaman comes to know that Shahaji is in Muranjan fort, which is just 10 kilometers away from where Khan Zaman was. So he attacks Muranjan fort. As he attacks, Shahaji manages to escape Muranjan fort through another secret route. However, Shahaji's men and Khan Zaman's army now enter into a war in which Khan Zaman's army completely wipe out Shahaji's men. Shahaji eventually manages to reach Mahuli fort, and in this war, most of Shahaji's men are killed. But Shahaji has managed to escape. The distance between Shahaji and Khan Zaman's army now increases to around 35 kilometers. Khan Zaman's army is now in hot pursuit. Their minds are hell-bent and focused with a fever to somehow capture Shahaji, so they run behind him. However, as winter approaches, November approaches, the ground of Maharashtra starts becoming cold and slippery. The Mughal army's speed of catching up slows down. However, Shahji had nowhere to go but this one fort that was left, that was Maholi fort. He goes and settles himself in the Maholi fort. Eventually, in due course of time, Khan Zaman, Randaula Khan, their entire army, Mughal army, Adil Shahi army reach the Maholi fort, and guess what they do? They lay siege around the Maholi fort. Shahji has nowhere to go. Neither does he have an army from the inside to attack this siege, nor does he have allies who can attack this siege from outside. He's left stranded. The siege, of course, does not last long. Shahji had no option but to surrender. But in the terms of his surrender, he tells both of these people, the Mughals and the Adil Shahi, that I am ready to surrender, but I want employment in the Mughal service. I will go back into Mughal service. Khan Zaman straight away refuses because Khan Zaman knows about the clauses of the Mughal Adil Shahi treaty. So Randaula Khan tries to explain Shahji that look, it is not possible. If you want to live, you have to take up service within Adil Shahi. You have to take up employment within Adil Shahi. You have no way out. Shahji is left astounded. What? When did this happen? I was not even consulted. Show me the memorandum of the treaty. Randaula Khan shows him the treaty. In that treaty, both Adil Shahi as well as Mughal Sultanates have agreed to this clause. And there were many other clauses which Shahji did not actually agree to, but he had no option but to give in. He descends from the Maholi fort, comes to Randaula Khan, hands over the keys of all the forts to Randaula Khan, and he also hands over that little boy which he had placed as the Nizam Shahi emperor to Randaula Khan. Randaula Khan says, what will I do with this young boy, the Nizam Shahi emperor? He hands over that little boy to Khan Zaman, takes Shahji and marches along with him back to Bijapur to Adil Shah. What does Khan Zaman do? Khan Zaman takes that little boy and goes to his Subedar. Who is his Subedar? Aurangzeb. So Khan Zaman hands over this little boy, the Nizam Shah, to Aurangzeb. What does Aurangzeb do? Aurangzeb takes that Nizam Shahi boy and marches to Agra to meet his father, Shah Jahan. It is recorded that Prince Aurangzeb reaches Agra along with this Nizam Shahi boy on the 17th of April 1637. He meets his father, the Emperor Shah Jahan, and hands over the boy. What does Shah Jahan do with the boy? Sends him to be imprisoned in the Gwalior fort. Now if you connect the dots, there are 3 Nizam Shahi emperors rotting now in the Gwalior fort. First was when Akbar had attacked the Nizam Shahi. Second was during the Daulatabad fort drama. During that time also, the young boy which Fateh Khan had installed on the throne was captured and imprisoned in the Gwalior fort. The third is this young boy who is captured in the Maholi fort during this Shahji's episode is again imprisoned and put in the Gwalior fort. So now there are 3 Nizam Shahi emperors rotting within Mughal prisons. Now at this point, I am concluding my video, but I will tell you 2 or 3 short stories which are going to have impacts later on. This is the year 1638 and I am taking your focus down south in the Adil Shah. The Adil Shah continues its carnage, trying to capture the entire south. The leader of their armies is Randaula Khan. He becomes the eventual powerhouse of Adil Shahi armies, serving under Muhammad Adil Shah. In the year 1638, there were 2 campaigns that Randaula Khan had undertaken. One was to capture this beautiful city of Bangalore, and the second was to capture this province called as Sira. Now, I would first of all like to tell you about Sira. Sira was a province controlled and ruled by one Hindu king named as Kasturi Ranga. Now, because Randaula Khan wanted to personally go and attack Bangalore, he sends one of his most trusted, cruel, physically strong, intellectually sharp and focused army general to go and attack Sira. This army general, this leader of Adil Shahi forces was more than 7 feet in height. Imagine how tall he must be. He was sturdily built, very powerful in physical strength and very sharp. He marches on to Sira, and then as his army approaches Sira, he sends a letter to Kasturi Ranga. Kasturi Ranga comes to know that this demon has now arrived at my gates. he becomes very afraid and he now receives this letter. In the letter, that general says, "Dear Kasturi Ranga, you have nothing to fear. Just come down your fort, meet me, and in very amicable terms, we will settle a peace treaty." Kasturi Ranga feels relieved. He finally feels his life is safe. There won't be any war. His people are safe. And very, very innocently, he personally walks down the fort and meets this army general of Randaula Khan, of the Adil Shahi camp. And in this private meeting, this 7-foot tall, sturdy, powerfully built, demon-like army general holds the head of Kasturi Ranga and crushes it till he dies. Finished within seconds. No peace treaty, no peace talks, it was all a trap. This army general fooled Kasturi Ranga into believing that he had good intentions of meeting him. But as soon as he met him, he crushed his head like how one would crush a cauliflower with his bare hands. And in the aftermath of this event, Sira of course now gets annexed to the Adil Shahi territory. But this general starts becoming famous within the Adil Shahi camp and within the country across as being one of the most powerful, shrewd, notorious, and one to be taken very seriously. The name of this general, Afzal Khan. So Afzal Khan was in the service of Adil Shahi, working under the leadership of Randaula Khan. And Afzal Khan, this name is going to be connected with one very mind-boggling series of events that is to occur in the life of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. Afzal Khan, remember the name of this cruel demon. Now there is one thing I want to tell you about these Islamic empires. They were very particular about noting all the events that used to happen within the day. That is the reason why there is so much detail available in history about the Mughal Empire, about the Adil Shahi Empire. In fact, a lot of Maratha history also we come to know by reading the records of these Islamic empires. So we have to give them credit for maintaining records. And one such record of the Adil Shahi court is called as the Muhammad Nama. Now Muhammad Nama is a book which entails all the detailed series of events that happened in the life of Muhammad Adil Shah. In that, the courtier is writing one paragraph connected to this Afzal Khan story of Sira. I'll read that paragraph to you. When Afzal Khan reached near the fort of Sira, now this is official records of the Adil Shahi, okay? When Afzal Khan reached near the fort of Sira, Kasturi Ranga lost his courage due to the terror of the warriors of Islam. He came out of the fort to meet and ask the Khan to spare his life. During the interview, an incident took place, which was indicative of mischief. So the Khan killed Kasturi Ranga then and there. This is there in the official records of Muhammad Nama of the Adil Shah. At the time when Sira was being annexed to the Adil Shah, Randaula Khan had personally come to oversee the entire annexation process. From there, he marches again back to Bangalore and he lays siege around the Bangalore fort now. You know who was ruling Bangalore fort at that time? The family of this very famous Bangalore ruler, Kempe Gowda. But those rulers eventually surrendered to Randaula Khan and handed over the Bangalore territory and the Bangalore fort to the Adil Shahi Sultanate. This Bangalore city and the Bangalore fort, this entire territory, was then gifted by Randaula Khan to Shahji Raje Bhosle. So Shahji Raje Bhosle thereafter establishes himself as the official ruler of Bangalore, working under the employment of the Adil Shahi Sultanate. Randaula Khan eventually died in the year 1643 or 1644. So just to put things in context, there is Muhammad Adil Shah, there is Randaula Khan, and below Randaula Khan there are these two powerful warrior generals, Afzal Khan and Shahaji. And their story is soon going to get intertwined and will result in a fascinating tale in the life history of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. One thing you should note, in all of Adil Shahi correspondences with Shahaji, they have referred to Shahaji as Farzand. Farzand also means son or prince or Maharaja. It is to be noted that apart from Shahaji, no Hindu ruler was given so much respect by the Adil Shahi court. This means Shahaji was really competent to have gained the respect of this Islamic empire. Now at this moment, I will tell you a good news. This is where we end the story narrations of the chronicles of Shahaji Raje Bhosle. And from the next video, we rewind the cassette back to 1630, which will be the birth year of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. And finally, this is where, after so many long episodes, Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj story actually begins. So I wish to see you on the other side. Next Thursday, I will be releasing the video enumerating the childhood stories of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj and what all happens as he turns towards youth. Fascinating tale. In fact, it is for this moment alone that I started this entire series. You have all been with me till now, patiently listening, wanting to know about Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. But I had been detailing and constructing the background surrounding his birth and his entire life story. Now that you know it, we will enter straight into Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj stories from the next video onwards. I thank you very much for patiently listening to all these episodes. My only request to all of you is, if you really want to encourage me and enthuse me so that I continue with all these narrations, the only thing I want from you is, please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and do show your support by commenting on this video what you liked in this video. Your comments really give me energy and strength to continue on this difficult mission to explain this whole detailed story of the glorious Maratha Empire. I thank you very much. Jai Hind.